Hello and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. If you enjoy, please leave a like, subscribe and leave a comment down below on what you'd like to see in the future. So without further ado, let's get into what we are talking about in today's video. So in today's video we're going to be talking about an introduction to microeconomics. We're going to be breaking down a few concepts and hopefully helping you learn more about the topic so you can leave this video with a better knowledge than when you came in. So starting off, what is microeconomics? Microeconomics is a branch of economics that studies the behaviour of individuals and firms. So the behaviour of consumers like yourself and me, and firms, businesses that we buy from. It also looks at making decisions regarding the allocation of scarce resources throughout an economy. Some examples of these are goods, services and commodities, as well as finances. All these resources that we use that are used to build an economy and keep an economy going, it's looking at these scarce resources because we don't have infinite of them. So they're scarce resources and we are looking at these and looking where they are best used within the economy. So we've just talked about this, but individuals and firms. Let's dive a little bit deeper. So a firm is usually a for-profit business formed as a partnership or limited company, PLC, a public limited company, that provides professional services or sells a product. The theory of the firm is that the firm exists to maximize profits. The firm and the business, their sole aim is to maximize profits and generate income. Individuals are concerned with where they spend their scarce resources. Remember, we're talking about finances, we've just touched on this. Scarce resources, for example, their income on different areas of the economy. So you don't have infinite money. You will get a paycheck or some form of pay, whether it be weekly or monthly. You will get some form of pay and you will decide where that is best spent and where it needs to be spent in your life. So where you choose to spend this, whether it's at the coffee shop up the road or the one getting a jar of coffee at the local supermarket because it's slightly cheaper, where you spend this money influences other businesses in the economy. So there are many different factors affecting economic stability. Unemployment, little or too much supply, little or too much demand, imports, exports, market space and barriers to entry. So all of these can affect an economy. Too many cheaper imports will lead to local businesses dying out. Low market space and high competition can lead to not much investment in the country if there's too much competition and it's too crowded. Little or too much supply, that's what it's meant to say there. It says supple there, but it's meant to say supply. Means that demand cannot be met, and obviously right below that, little or too much demand. Demand and supply have to be balanced for an economy to work. If you have too much demand and not enough supply, price is driven up. And if you have too much supply and not enough demand, it's a waste of resources. And unemployment, if people aren't getting paid, they can't feed back into the economy by buying from businesses within the economy. This links to a theory which is not included in this video, but for a bit of extra reading, the circular flow of income. If you want to look at the circular flow of income, it looks at the relationship between firms and the consumer with injections and withdrawals from an economy. So a little bit of extra research if you so wish. So macroeconomics is actually not the topic of this video, but we will just look at what micro is versus what macroeconomics is. So we're looking at big versus small. Microeconomics, looking at the smaller individual events within an economy, whereas macro is taking it all into account. So microeconomics is concerned with how supply and demand interact in individual markets for goods and services. In macroeconomics, the subject is typically a nation and how all markets interact to generate big movements in measures such as GDP, gross domestic product, which is the value of everything in a country produced and sold, and it's all made into one big number. So that's a brief touch on the differences between micro and macroeconomics. But finally, before we finish today's video, we will look at a few examples again of some microeconomic factors, and these include how a local business decides to allocate their funds, how a city decides to spend government surplus and government spending, the housing market for a particular city or neighbourhood, and the production of a local business. But that about wraps it up for today's video. If you enjoyed, then please again leave a like, subscribe and a comment down below of what you thought. If this video was helpful to you, again leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear all the feedback. And apart from that, I will see you in the next video next week, and thank you for watching.